Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope all of you will be fine. So, let's start today's topic. Today's topic is engineering. Sanitary engineering is very important topic for sanitary or civil engineers as well as environmental engineers. There are various subtopics are in this sanitary engineering topic like removal and disposal of human waste, sewage treatment and disposal, potable water treatment, and solid waste treatment. So all these are the subtopics of sanitary engineering. So today we will discuss the first part of sanitary engineering, that is removal and disposal of human waste. Removal and disposal of human waste is a very important topic, as food is important for us. Same way, safe disposal of human waste or defecation of human waste is also important. Otherwise it will contaminate the environment, our air, soil and water, and ultimately it adversely affect to our health. So today we will discuss removal and disposal of. So first thing that come in our mind is, what is sanitary engineering? Basically, sanitary engineering, public health engineering, wastewater engineering are synonyms or a somewhat similar names. So sanitary engineering is a application of engineering methods. This is the application of engineering method for what? To improve sanitation of human community. So sanitary engineering is just the application of engineering methods to improve sanitation of human communities, primarily by providing the removal and disposal of human waste. Okay, so what is sanitary engineering? It is nothing. It's just the application of engineering method just to improve the sanitation of human communities. And how it will improve the sanitation of human communities? By providing the removal and disposal of human waste. With this, there is an additional role of sanitary engineers is to supply of safe potable water. So it is the branch of public health engineering dealing with collection, conveyance and disposal of wastage. So wastage we discussed here is garbage, sludge and sewage. So there are three aspects of sanitary engineering. First one is the collection of human waste. Second one is the conveyance, and third one is disposal. Collection of solid or liquid, both type of wastes are collected in especially in stored lavatory blocks. Conveyance, this include provision of drainage line for the conveyance of solids and liquid wastes which are collected. And third step is, or third aspect of sanitary engineering is disposal. Very important step. The conveyance or refuse waste is treated as dispose of. So these three are the aspect of sanitary engineering. Compared to other engineering branch, sanitary engineering is a interdisciplinary field. Why it is interdisciplinary field? Because it involved different persons from different field. Like it involved plumbing elements, it involved fire protection, hydraulics, life safety, constructive modeling, microbiology, pathology, information technology, project design, and the many decision within environmental science and environmental technology. So as other engineering branches concern in closed system, this sanitary engineering is a interdisciplinary field. It also include urban planning. uh, Although sanitary engineering may be most associated with the design of sewage treatment and wastewater treatment facility, recycling centers, public landfills, and other things which are constructed, these terms applied equally to the plan of action to reverse the effect of water pollution or soil contamination in specific areas. So the sanitary engineering involve, or the main role of sanitary engineering in the designing of the sewage, designing of the sewers or sewage treatment and wastewater treatment facilities and other things. With this, it's also involving, or it also applicable in plan of action to reverse the effect of water pollution or soil contamination in specific areas. There are various terms related to sanitary engineering. First thing is simply, what is sanitary engineering? It means application of scientific or mathematical principles. Okay, so we can say sanitary engineering means application of scientific methods or engineering application of engineering method with to the field of sanitation, especially in regard to its effect on public health. Sanitation is the hygiene means of preventing human contact from hazards of waste to promote health. So, what is sewage? Sewage is one type of wastewater of community and is a major actual or potential source of pollution. So, sewage is a wastewater that coming out from the communities, and it has potentiality to pollute the water, or it actually act as a water pollutant, and it conveyed by sewer. There are basically three type of sewage. First type of sewage is the domestic sewage, or we can say sanitary sewage. Domestic, as the name suggests, this type of sewage are coming out from the residential buildings, business centers, and institutions. This also contain human body wastage, feces and urines, and also sludge water. Second type of sewage is industrial sewage. Industrial sewage is the liquid waste that obtained mainly from industrial areas like dyeing industries, paper making industries, and many other type of industries. Third is the storm water, storm sewage. This is the part of surface runoff which is flowing in sewer during the rainfall period or following period of rainfall. Another term is sewage effluent. What is sewage effluent? This is an outflowing of water from sewage treatment facility or the wastewater discharged from industrial facilities. So when the water coming out from sewage treatment facility or wastewater from industrial facility, this is called effluents like this. Sludge. What is sludge? Sludge is the wastewater resulting from personal washing, bathing, laundering, food preparation, and cleaning of utensils. It does not include discharge from hospitals, OTs, and slaughterhouses. There are some spelling mistakes in this slide. Slaughterhouses, which has high content of organic matter. So sludge is not very foul and can be disposed of in open drains without treatment. Sludge. What is garbage? Garbage may refer to the waste, or also known as trash or junk, unwanted or undesired material. So garbage is basically the trash or junk material that is unwanted or undesirable. The garbage may be organic, may be inorganic solids, semi-solid, combustible, non-combustible, or non-prescribable substance. It also includes sweeping from houses, streets, market, public places, etc. So it is collected separately from sewage and sludge and disposed of separately. Next term is wastewater. Wastewater is the water that has been adversely affected in quality by anthropogenic influence. Grey water is another term. It means sludge in non-industrial wastewater generated from domestic purpose such as dishwashing, laundry, and bathing. So the wastewater that coming out from the domestic sources and resultant from the domestic processes like dishwashing, laundering, and bathing is called grey water. Another term is infiltrating or hydrology. Infiltration or hydrology means downward movement of water through soil. Water interning the sewage from the grounds, where inflow is interning of water into the sewer from the surface sources through cracks in manholes, etc. Whereas exfiltration is opposite to the infiltration. Means infiltration means downward movement of water through soil, whereas exfiltration is upward movement of water through soil. Sewage treatment or domestic water treatment means this means this means process of removing contaminants from wastewater, both runoff and domestic. It include physical, chemical and biological process. So all the physical, chemical and biological process that helpful in the removal of contaminants from wastewater come under the sewage treatment or domestic water treatment. There is anaerobic digestion of organic matter by anaerobic microbial actions or anaerobic microbes involved in digestion of organic material and resulting in production of methane gas is called anaerobic digestion. And facultative aerobes or anaerobes microbes having the ability to live either with or without oxygen. Means microbes can easily live in presence of oxygen, but if there is absence of oxygen, then also this type of microbes can survive. And biodegradables means capable of decomposition by. So the role of sanitary engineering is very important, and the sanitary engineering job become essential with the rapid increase of cities and other rural population centers. Sanitary engineering fields involve or sanitary engineering fields have four responsibility. It help in water supply, it help in wastewater management, sanitary engineers help in storm water management as well as in solid management. So in water supply, its function included water collection to water treatment to water distribution. Means from water collection to water distribution. The second is the wastewater treatments. Again, it involve in collection system, treatment and reuse or disposal of wastes. Collection system to disposal of water or distribution of water. So the role of sanitary engineers is very important and become essential. Sewage system and industrial sewage is coming through separate sewage system. The storm sewage, it is the one which carries a storm sewage including surface runoff and street wash. Continued or combined sewage include or carry domestic, industrial and storm sewage combined. So separate sewage has have many advantages as well as disadvantages. It has the first advantage, the load on a treatment plant is less as only sewer is carried to the plant. So separate sewer, if there is a separate sewers for sanitary sewer and storm sewer, so the load on treatment plant is less as compared to the combined sewer. The size of sewers are small, thus economically this has a small sewer size again, and this has a small sewer, two small sewer size, separated small sewer size sewer are present. When pumping is required, the system process to be economical, because in sometime this sewage is required pumping and sometime this sewage is required pumping. So this is a economical process. When pumping is required, so this is economical, and natural water is not unnecessarily polluted by the sewage. But there are disadvantages of this method also. Cleaning of sewer is difficult due to their small size. Okay, because here there are two small sizes sewer, so the cleaning is difficult due to its small size, and self cleaning velocity is not easily achieved. The maintenance costs are high because here we requires two cost of sewer making. So the maintenance cost is high. The storm sewer come in operation in rainy season only, because this storm sewer, the water that come in storm season is only come out from the rainfall. So this sewer work only in rainy season. They may be choked during dry season by the garbage. The separate system is suitable when separate outlet for storm water is available and the topography is such that the storm water can be disposed of in natural Next is the combined sewerage system. In this system, the sewage and storm water are carried combinedly in one set of sewers to the wastewater treatment plant. So combined sewer. It is easy to clean combined sewer because of their large size. This large size, so it is easy to clean. The maintenance cost is reasonable as it is require one sewer and it reduces strength of sewer by mixing storm water with sewer. Because this is not separated, only one sewer is used for storm water as well as for domestic sewage. So it reduces the strength of sewage by mixing storm water. Then the disadvantage is in storm seasons, water may overflow and the sewer may damage, causing serious health risk because the load is higher in rainy season. That's why the possibility of damage is more, and so the leakage of sewage, the chances of leakage is more, and it causes serious health risk. The combined sewer gets silted and become foul in dry seasons. Okay, the load on treatment plant is high because both type of water are combinedly come to treatment plant and the system is uneconomical when pumping is needed. So these are some advantages as well as disadvantages of combined treatment plant. There are partially separate sewerage system. In this case, the sewage and storm water of buildings are carried by one set of sewage, while storm water from roads, street, pavement are carried by other type of sewage. It also have some advantages and disadvantages, but the main advantage is that it combines the good features of both type of sewage, means separate type of sewage as well as combined type of sewage. So it have good feature of both the previously discussed type of sewage. The setting is avoided due to entry of storm water and the storm water from houses is easily disposed of. But the main disadvantage is very small of bad feature of combined sewage are there is partially separate system. So only this is the disadvantage, but this is more preferably type of sewage, partially separate sewage. Now come on the removal and disposal of human waste. What is human waste or human excreta? Actually, this is a waste type used to refer to byproduct of digestion, such as feces and urine. So there are many different ways in which human waste can be collected, treated, dispose or reuse. Starting with the type of toilet that is being used. So in developing country, resorts to open defecation for lack of other options where the human waste is deposited in the environment. While others can use toilets where the human waste is mixed with water, transported and treated in sewage treatment plant. Children's excreta can be disposed or in diapers and municipal solid waste, but on a worldwide scale, it is also often dumped into the environment, leading to public health. So the human health hazard just because of contaminated sewage is high. It causes viral and bacterial diseases. It can be a serious health hazard if it gets into sources of drinking water. According to WHO report, nearly 2.2 million people die annually from disease caused by this contaminated water. So the health result of improper disposal cause soil pollution, water pollution, contamination of food and propagation of flies. There are different method of processing of the sewage. It depends on the type of human wastage. If it is sewage, then sewage treatment plant. If it's sewage sludge, then it goes into the sewage sludge treatment plant. And if it is a fecal matter from dry toilets, then it may undergo. This is the data about the global distribution of deaths from sanitation. This is a very recent data taken from the Hannah Athrici and Max Roser to 2020 Sanitation Online at our world. So this is a recent data. It tells us that unsafe sanitation is responsible for approximately 775,000 deaths each year. Miss, this is the recent data that says that 775,000 5,000 deaths each year just because of unsafe sanitation still now. And 5% of deaths in low income country result from unsafe sanitation. 2.4 billion people means one third of the world does not have access to improper sanitation, and 4.5 billion people, that means 60% of the world, do not have access of safely managed sanitation. This is the map that show the degree of threat just because of improper sanitation in different countries over the world. 15% of the world still practice open defecation. 40% of the world does not have access to basic hand washing facility. And unsafe sanitation has a significant impact on childhood stunting. This is the case of world. So there are different definitions or different terms that defining this, like improved sanitation facilities, safely managed sanitation facilities, and the basic services means limited services means improper services. Basic services means private improved facility which separates excreta from human contact. Limited services means improved facilities shared with other households. No services means open defecation. There is no services of. In case of India, still now, this is the recent report of UNICEF. UNICEF. I have taken recent reference, 2020 reference. India has the largest number of people, close to 594 million. That means 48% of population of India is still practicing open defecation. This is the report of UNICEF. 44% mother disposing their child faces in open. There is a very high risk of microbial contamination like bacteria, viruses, amoeba, water which causes diarrhea in children. Children's weekends by frequent diarrhea episodes are more vulnerable to malnutrition, stunting, and opportunistic infections such as pneumonia. And about 48% of children in India are suffering from some degree of malnutrition. So, still in India, there are 48% of population that practices open defecation, and 44% mothers depositing their child feces in the open. Although this sanitation facility in rural India is improving, but the increase is not equitable. Open defecation is still almost universal among the poorest 20% of the population. Even now, women and girls face same and a loss of personal dignity and safety risk if there is no toilet at home. They have to wait for the night to relieve themselves to avoid being seen by others. A very low proportion of the rural population in India uses improved sanitation facilities, means the facilities which ensures hygienic separation of human excreta from human. There are various methods of excreta disposals. Broadly, these methods are of two types: unsewered areas and sewered areas. Unsewered areas are of two types. This includes service type latrines, non-service types, and latrines suitable for camps and temporary users. So first we will discuss service type latrine, that is the conservancy system. Then we will discuss non-service type latrines like the sanitary latrines. This include borehole latrines, dugwell or pit latrines, water seal type of latrine, that is PRAI or RCA or Sulabh Shauchalaya, and septic tanks are aqua private. And third is the latrine suitable for camps and temporary use like the shallow trench latrine, deep trench latrine, pit latrine, borehole latrine. And the second one is the improved type of sanitation facility like seaward areas, the water carrier system and sewage treatment. And the water carries through the sewerage, and the sewage treatment include primary treatment, secondary treatment, and other tertiary or other treatments like the oxidation ponds, sea outfalls, river outfalls, or sewer forming. So these are some methods of excreta. So now come on the first thing, that is the open filled defecation system. This never be acceptable as a satisfactory system of excreta disposal, but might be inevitable in certain circumstances if there is only one option. When there is inappropriate facility of sanitation, then only open defecation area are set up. In these situations, clearly demarcated open defecation areas, the principle of hygiene must be kept in mind and the method must be followed for a short period of time, as short as period of time as possible. Then second one is the service type latrines or conservation system. Here the night soil is removed by human agency using a bucket. So we can say bucket toilet is coming under the service type latrine. Night soil is transported in bucket on the head or in night soil cart manually to dispose site. Disposal may be done through dumping, composting or burial by shallow trenching. Totally unacceptable human dignity and hygiene point of view. So it was recommended by Environmental Hygiene Committee in 1949 the services areas must be replaced by the sanitary latrines. So the founder of Sulabh Sauchalay, Dr. B. Dubey, also took up the issue in big way. He showed the way forward by almost revolutionizing the sewage disposal to eliminate human carriage of night soil and installing low-cost sanitary latrine. Then another is the shallow trench latrines. This shallow trench latrine is 30 centimeter wide and 90 to 150 centimeter deep. Its length depend on the number of uses, 3 to 3.5 meter for 100 people. So shallow trench means the depth is less compared to the deep trench latrines. Advantage, it is rapid to implement and faces can be covered easily with soil. But the constrained, limited privacy, short life and requirement of considerable space for some of the constraints. Fly breeding occurs if excreta is not covered with earth. Trench latrine is similar to shallow trench latrine, but here the depth is more than the shallow trench latrine, and it is approximately zero point 0.8 to 1 meter wide and 3.75 meter long and 2 to 2.75 meter deep. Advantage is that it is cheap and quick to construct. No water is needed in operation. It is easily understood by the community. But the constant is unsuitable where water table is high. Soil is too unstable to dig or ground is very rocky. Often odor problem, cleaning and maintenance of communal. Then next thing is the improvised deep trench latrine. This type of latrine may be carried out by placing the seats fitted with modified water closets. The seats are fitted with a water seal or blend pipe which is connected to a pipe leading to a trench. This includes simple pit latrine or dugwell latrine. Simple pit latrine should be deep as possible, at least 2 meter in depth, covered by a slab. The soil is loose, at least the top 1 centimeter of the pit should be lined to prevent collapse. Okay, so this soil must be tightly packed, firmly supported by all the sides. Okay, from all the sides, firmly supported by all the sides, and the superstructure can be made from the material available locally. Advantage is that it is cheap, quick to construct, no water needed for the operation. Whereas constant, it is suitable where water table is high, soil is too unstable to dig or ground is very rocky, often other improvised pit or VIP, that is the ventilated improved pit latrine. So VIP type of latrine or improvised pit type of latrine or ventilated improved pit type of latrine is designed to minimize odor and flies. So here the vent pipe is present just to avoid the odors. Proper ventilation through airflow is possible. A vent pipe covered with a gauze mesh or fly-proof netting extending at least 0.5 meter above the superstructure roof is incorporated. Air should be able to flow freely through the square hole to windpipe. Advantage, it reduce odor and flies and good result. And constant is difficult and expensive and time consuming to construct properly. Dark interior may deter young children from use, does not deter mosquitoes. Then next is the borehole latrine. Borehole, as the name suggests, it is uh, most appropriate in situation where a large number of latrine must be constructed rapidly and where pits are difficult to excavate. So the borewell has a typical diameter of 400 mm and depth to 5 to 10 meter. At least the top point 5 meter should be lined. Okay, top 0.5 meter should be lined and it must be 5 to 10 meter long. Advantages, the borehole can be excavated quickly and suitable in hard ground condition and appropriate where only a small workforce is available. Constant drilling equipment is required. There is a greater risk of groundwater pollution due to the greater depth. Lifespan is. Next is pore flush latrine or water seal latrine. This type of latrine is very hygienic model of excreta disposal. It functions on the principle of water. Advantage, lack to odor, relatively less water is used up, and ideal where water is used for anal cleaning. Easy to clean. Construct, solid anal cleaning material may cause blockage, more expensive than simple pit. So the water seal latrines are of two types. First one is the PRAI type evolved by the Planning Research and Action Institute Lucknow, and the RCA type designed by the Research Cum Action Project. RCA means Research Cum Action Project. In Environmental Sanitation of Ministry of Health, PRAI means P for planning, R for research, A for action, and I for institute. So PARI is for the Planning Research and Action Institute, Lucknow. So water seal latrine is made. RCA latrine. Here the RCA latrine have the following features: location, squatting plant, trap, connecting pipes, drug wells, superstructure, and maintenance. So the trap holds water and serves as a water seal. The depth of the water seal is 2 centimeter. The trap is connected to the pit through connecting pipe. An appropriate superstructure can be made. It is easy to maintain the latrine. Latrine hand flush by pouring 1 to 2 liter of water every time the latrine is used. And the squaring plate should also be washed clean every day. Water seal prevents access to flies and. Next thing is septic tank. The septic tank is ideal system for hygienic final disposal of excreta in absence of the central sewage system. It designed to collect, treat excreta and toilet wastewater. Best suited to single household or a group. Features of septic tanks. Capacity, the minimum capacity of septic tank should be at least 500 gallon. The length is usually twice the breadth, means it is greater in length than the breadth. Depth, the depth of a septic tank is 1.5 to 2 meter. So this is the 1.5 to 2 centimeter depth of septic tank. The recommended liquid depth is 1.2 meter. Okay. Air spaces, a minimum air space is 30 centimeter between the level of liquid in the tank and underwater surface is covered. The bottom is sloping toward the inlet, means if this is the inlet, the sloping toward the inlet. Covered, the septic tank is covered by the concrete slab or of suitable thickness and provided with a main hole. And the septic tanks are designed to allow a retention period of 24. Function by biological process of aerobic and anaerobic digestion. The crude sewage on entry of anaerobic chamber allowed to stand for 2 to 3 days. The effluent loses much of its offensive smell and the minerals are absorbed from the soil by the plants. Maintenance is simple. The septic tank maintenance is simple. To commission a septic tank, it has to be first filled with water and then seeded with the bucket full of slush from the another tank. Not less than 25 liter of water per day per user must enter the tank. So there is limitation of use of water. Use of soap water and chemical should be avoided. Slug from the tank is to be bailed out once in a year or two. And the simple rule is to dislodge from solid occupy between one half and two-third of the total depth between the water level and water of. Next is the communal aqua privae. It is a type of latrine constructed directly above the septic tank. Then another is Sulabh Shauchalaya. The concept was introduced by Dr. B. Dubey. He modified the standard hard flush latrine in suit rural Indian community. It consists of a specially designed pan and water seal trap. It is connected to a pit 3 into 3 feet. Minimum water is needed in this process and the excreta get decomposed to manure in a pit. This provides clean and sanitary toilets to user at a. Then another is a chemical toilets like this. Water carriage system useful for the large residential and commercial area. The human excreta and wastewater are carried away by network of underground pipes called sewers to ultimate disposal. Used water carriage system means the sewer first time used in Calcutta in India 1867. This is very important point must be noted. The sewage carried first time in water carriage sewage system used first time in Calcutta in India in 1867. But even today, unfortunately, not more than 20% of urban areas in India can boast of this method of sewage disposal. Laying down such a system in infrastructure and capital intensive. Digging up lanes and bylanes. Skilled manpower is a must to establish the system. And the ideal system of sewage disposal is in the another concept is the green toilet concept. Green toilet concept, research design and standard organization. A green toilet may be defined as a toilet which discharges effluent according to the environmental norm. So the question arises in our mind, what is green toilet? It is green in color or it has something related to the plants? No. Green toilet system means the toilet which discharges effluents according to the environmental norms. This system is also known as Environmental Friendly Toilet System EFTS, and there are two types of EFTS. First one is the bio toilet system and second is the zero discharge toilet system. So what is bio toilet system? A bio toilet system, human waste is converted into liquid and gases, and the gases get mixed with air and liquid is discharged on the track. In the zero discharge system, solid and liquid waste is separated using a special type of solid liquid separator, and the liquid is recycled after proper treatment and waste is converted into manure. So this is the so in last slide, the important points to be remember. First thing, effective and hygiene disposal of excreta is a social need as well as a health need. Second, open defecation might still be a preferred method in many rural areas. In the areas without sewage system, simple pit latrines and borehole can be used, but the pore flush latrine is the ideal. Okay, so in a rural area, we can use simple pit type of latrine or borehole type of latrine, but the best option is the pore flush latrine. Trench latrine can be used for camps for short duration. Septic tank is also a suitable method for final disposal of night soil. So this is the combination of population group with most suitable method of sewage disposal. If there is a joint family in village, then the best method is the biogas plant. If there is a large city, then there is application of water carriage system, means the proper sewage system that where the sewage is carried out to the water through manhole. If there is a group of 20 household, then the septic tank is a suitable option. If there is temporary camp, then we can plant a trench latrine, and if there is a family in town, then we can implant a pore flash latrine. So this is all about. And the last thing is the water carrier system, depend on the type of material or sludge, whether it is sludge or sewer, and then it goes into the combined sewer system and separates. These are the household sanitary fittings. Household sanitary fittings are of two types: Indian squatting types and the Western commode type of system. And the aim of sewage treatment is to stabilize the organic matter so that it can be disposed of safely, and to convert the sewage water into a effluent of an acceptable standard of purity, which can be disposed of into lands, river or sea. And we can check the strength of the sewage or quality of the sewage by biological oxygen demand, by CO2 chemical oxygen demand, or the suspended solid present in that. So this is all about today's lecture on sewage sanitary engineering. Hopefully this will helpful in your examination. Kindly like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.